Ah, it's been a journey of uncertainties, not knowing what's going to happen next. My son, currently 12 years old, but he was diagnosed of sickle cells anemia at the age of 6 months.
No, the man close to me is going to introduce himself. Such a handsome man. But before he does that, you are still on a robust lifestyle with Dr. Samuel Logo. I'm a board certified doctor from Ghana. So, um, will you just introduce yourself? I won't mention your
Okay,
name now. Yeah.
okay, all right. Thank you, my brother and my doctor. So, my name is Larry Mensah. I'm a Ghanaian based in Ghana. I'm a financial consultant, financial and business consultant as well. And then a father of a sickle cell child. Yeah,
Oh, that's a proud one, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Larry, welcome to my show this time again. All right. So I wanted to even ask about some financial things. If you were going to get me some, cash to do one or two things, but since you've brought it up already, you started with being a proud father, sickle cell child. How did we get here, Larry? How did we get here?
Yeah, yeah, he was a baby, 6 or 8 months, and he fell sick. Suddenly, this very active child would not even stand. He had pains all over. He was crying in severe pains. And I rushed him to see a specialist. They did so many checks, and later on, they realized that he had sickle cells anemia and he was in severe crisis.
So Larry, there are lovely people out there. They want to know what is that? I mean, what we are talking
Okay,
about.
so sickle cell anemia is a disease um, commonly amongst those in the African region. Unfortunately, yeah. It is something predominant in the African genes. It is when either a sickle cell carrier, let's say it is when two sickle cells carriers or sickle cell patients come together and make a baby.
Mm, mm. Now, I intentionally didn't define the disease condition. I expect him to have kind of gotten some form of education about it so that he will know how to handle baby boy throughout because he was diagnosed at 6 months. And throughout 6 months, Larry, how old is baby boy now?
He's 12 years old at the moment.
Oh, 12
Yeah,
years.
yeah, he's
That
12.
that is quite a distance. I mean, a journey
Yeah.
of 11 and a half years.
Mhm.
It's quite a journey. So I intentionally want Larry to be coming out with most of the things because later I'm going to do a video teaching on sickle cell anemia. But for now, it's a journey with Larry, sickle cell. So Larry, tell me, are you sickle cell? Are you a carrier in any way?
I am a career, I am an AS, and then his mom is also an AS. And
Oh,
this might sound a bit, people will say, you guys knew that you were AS, why did you do this?
the next
So
the next
at
question.
times, at times, that comes into my face several times, and I feel like, okay,
I
but
yeah.
I knew my status.
Okay.
I didn't know her status. It
Okay.
was hidden, you know.
Okay.
I don't want to go much into that, but later on, I got to know her real status, but it was kind of too late. She was already expecting the baby, and we had no control at that material moment. We're just hoping that
Things were going to
that
work.
baby would not, yeah,
Yeah.
because everything was upon probability,
Probably.
probability, 1 out of 4.
Okay. Exactly. Exactly. 1 out of 4. When you draw the how do we call it? When you are trying to do the pairing, the chromosomal pairing, there is
Yeah.
that 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, and 4 out of 4. So, well, it's much more understandable. That's a great one. But Larry, so just with your first point, do you have any advice for people out there? I mean, just because of the first point you made, do you have any advice? Because I will be going into why is wifey around?
No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
I, yeah, I'm here
Okay.
with a kid, you
Oh, okay.
know.
That's
Yeah.
great. So if
And your mom and I,
oh,
yeah,
you are no more.
yeah, yeah, we are
Oh,
no
okay.
more.
Then let me not go into that. But if you have any advice for, let's say, young people, I'm coming up. I'm still in the pipeline. So what would you say to me if I am AS and there's someone who is unknown as well, and then we tend to put things together? What would you say before I go into some of the technical things? Yeah.
Okay, so if you are an AS and she's also an AS, you can still come together under one condition, that
Okay.
you have enough money to go through the scientific means of getting the specific gene whereby you don't give an S, she doesn't give an S, but one gives an A and one gives an S, or one gives an A, the other gives an A2, which is very expensive. If
Okay.
you don't have that means, just run. Yeah, you need
Okay.
to run.
Yeah. I guess this is same as you said, probability, financial, and a lot of constraints attached to it. Is it a no-no at all? Even though you've told me this, is it a no-no at all?
Yes, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. For your own sake, the sake of your spouse or your partner, and especially the sake of the unborn child. Because when you see a baby, the first time I saw my son in crisis, I wept. I wept bitterly in my heart. And I told God, what is this? Why do you subject a baby to this kind of pain? I told God, let me take the pain of my son because it was too much for him. And from that age till now, till last year, he was constantly on admission. Last year, last December, he told me that, Daddy, this is the first time I have spent Christmas at home, because every Christmas he spent it at the hospital. He was always on admission during that time because of the weather change and other things.
Larry, hold on there. I think we might get a little bit emotional talking about this, but you're a strong man. You're a very strong man because the number of times we've spoken and how energetic the zeal you have in explaining this to help others out there to be informed about it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But so, what are some of the things you see that alerts you that oh, he's getting into crisis? Let me rush. Let me get in there and then take him to the hospital. Is it just the pain that you see? If they are in pain, really bad, of course, that one you take the child to the hospital, but the other things surrounding it, so that if there are other parents out there who needs to be extra careful, extra cautious about some of the signs and symptoms, what would you say?
Signs and symptoms of a child having crisis.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the very first would be you will see the eyes. The eyes will become very yellowish.
Okay.
The other signs are pains, joint pains in the lower back,
Okay.
the knees, the wrists, and then other parts of the body.
All right. That's perfectly true. I mean, when we get into the technicalities of sickle cell, I will come up with all these things. The eye yellowing is jaundice and etc. Now, do you have any expected treatment ahead of you? Like, you, this is what you are looking into, that is what you are looking, or you've given up?
No, currently he's on the hydro urea.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hydroxy urea. He's on it, and he is on it fervently.
Okay.
He doesn't miss it because he knows where he has been.
Yeah.
There are times, by the time I ask him if he's taking it in the morning, he will show it to me. Look, I have taken this one. You know,
That's
yeah, fervently because he knows what he's been through with this sickness, both mentally, physically, and psychologically. He's been through a lot.
that,
Yeah.
that's that's a great one out there. But are there any, let's say, homemade therapies? Are there anything at all like the temperature? We let's say in outside it's winter. I know back home it's probably harmattan and etc. like that, which is going down during these periods, rainy times, harmattan, dry season. What does he do to prevent him from getting into any crisis at all?
Okay, so he is constantly taking enough water, constantly. When he goes to school, he has 3 bottles of water, large bottles.
Wow.
Yeah, and he needs to finish them all before he comes home. At night,
Mhm.
he sleeps in socks and then long uh, things to cover the arms and then the feet. When he's out in the evening, he should always be in something heavy to protect his chest and then his legs.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have that uh, normal childhood life where he could just go out, do whatever he
Play
wants to do.
with friends, that experience. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I hope you are, if he wants to go out, if he wants to do something, you permit him to do some of them, because obviously they don't get the chance to do them. So if they want to do them, sometimes it looks like you just have to allow, isn't it?
Well, he likes to play football.
Oh,
He's a football fan, but
Messi or Ronaldo?
previously, yeah,
Messi or
previously, wait, come. So now for this,
yeah,
he's not able to play football much,
yeah.
so much of it. If probably they are home and they just want to play, but even with that, my eyes will be upon them. Right when I realize he's gone a bit down,
Mhm.
I'm like, come over. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
extra careful.
yeah, in a split of a second,
Something can
he'll be
just
very much okay. In a split of a second, He's down. And you might think he's just tired,
Yeah.
but he's probably having crisis.
Crisis.
Yeah. So
So
if he's going to engage in any activity, strenuous activity, or activities that he would use much energy, he needs total attention and observation.
thank you very much, Larry. I mean, this is quite insightful. I intentionally brought Larry in to share some experience. As you all know, autism is also one of the awareness we are trying to create out there. A lot are coming your way. Just subscribe, please. Subscribe to the channel. Share the link so that other people will also benefit from some of these things. Larry, your last words. What would you like to tell all of us out there so that we can be a little bit careful, irrespective of later on, I'll be bringing the entire topic on sickle cell. I just want you to, input something. Let's know what. Um,
Okay, so my last words come in two forms.
okay,
One to us, and then the other to government, the African countries, governments of African countries.
hmm,
The first goes to African countries, the heads of states, the government.
okay,
Attention hasn't been paid to patients suffering sickle cells. It is costly, very costly.
too expensive.
Yeah, very costly. Very. Because the labs you need to be running constantly,
It's not easy.
it's so much.
Yeah,
And many people can't afford. Many
yeah.
people. When I joined the group, I realized there were people suffering in silence. Currently, in my country, Ghana, the health insurance, the national health insurance covers a little bit of the treatment, but only at very selected pharmacies.
Oh, so you want government to, is it come on board or, I mean, specific?
Government to come on board, expand the health insurance to cover adequately people with sickle cell patients. People are dying in silence.
That
Parents are suffering and also dying. Even the parents die way faster than their children with the sickle cell.
yeah.
I know of a woman who has three children. Two out of them are sickle cells patients.
That's
And some of us constantly have to be there to support her. What if I don't have the means? What if you don't have the means to support her when she needs the help?
so
So
government.
governments can come in. Yeah. And it's not just in Ghana. The associations that I have come into contact with, Nigeria, Kenya, they are suffering the same fate.
Okay. Because
Governments in
in
these
Africa,
African countries are not helping.
yeah,
Mhm.
Africa. Well, I really want to thank you for this, but when the video comes, whilst we are going to just post this, let's make sure people actually get full hands on, and then if it gets to government, I'll be so happy that you've been here to share such an experience to us. It's really heartbreaking sometimes, but all the same, let's see how it's going to be. We are in a world where I think medicine keeps on revolving. So let's hope things come up, and then we should be able to help people suffering with sickle cell.
And because of what I have found, I have realized about people living with sickle cells, I have formed an NGO.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. An
Tell me.
NGO to support, educate, and help people with living with sickle cells disease because they are suffering in silence.
Yeah. Would you mind if you can, after the conversation, you can send me the NGO, because I know you've been doing a lot of, publicity on it. So if you send it to me, I'll just attach it to the links, and then people who want
Simona
to.
Ephraim Foundation.
Oh,
Simona Ephraim Foundation. We would
oh,
capture it down there.
right.
Simona Ephraim Foundation.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
who is Simona? Who is Ephraim?
Simona Ephraim. Ephraim happens to be my son's
Okay,
second name,
okay.
Sean.
And
Yeah.
Simona is
He's Sean Ephraim Mensah. Simona is a partner who has come on board to help.
that's great. That's really great. Okay, so guys, thank you very much, Larry. I'm excited you've been able to do this, and let's 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 keep on talking. I'm going to do a whole teaching on sickle cell, and then we see how it goes. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Guys, kindly subscribe to the channel, whilst you can also share and let others also benefit from these things. Thank you.